Okay, well, listen, we're going to get started. It's right at the top of the hour, and I always like to start these things on time and respect people's time because they make an effort to be here, and I appreciate that. And so, welcome to everybody. Thanks for taking the time, as always, to come and hear one of our events here. We scheduled this webinar today so that just to make you aware of a new premium service for our Coaches Corner members. We've actually been running it. We started it, what was it, the beginning of June? I think June the 4th was our first official day of notification. So, but I'll explain it to you. And then what I'll do is I'll show you the track record of the service, just so you can get an idea of how it works. And I want you to take the track record, for what it is. I'll get to that in just a minute, but we'll talk about that in a minute. And by the way, in no way do we mean to represent that the track record will be like this all the time, and I'll come to that in just a bit, but so the first thing we need to do here is just go through our almighty disclaimer, which we do all the time, but it's important that everybody understands risks in trading, and the products and ideas referenced at this site are analytical tools only and are not intended to replace individual research or licensed investment advice. Unique experiences and past performances do not guarantee future results. Trading currencies involves substantial risk, and there's always the potential for loss. Your trading results may vary. No representations being made that these products and any associated advice or training will guarantee profits or not result in losses from trading. Never, and I always say never, ever, ever, ever use anything other than risk capital for trading. Like we don't want anybody getting hurt. That's just not good for anybody. Okay? So with that out of the way, I want to just go over why we even did this, why have a premium service. And the reason we are introducing this new service is really simple. We want to do whatever we can to get you to change from where you are now, which I'm assuming is not a place of consistent profitability, at least for most people. Actually, on that note, I got to tell you, we have some members in the Coaches Corner who are very profitable, who use this service all the time. So it just really helps them. So it might not even be coming from a place of not being profitable, but generally that's who we're really targeting, people who want to change from where they are now to where they want to be in the shortest period of time. Darko and I mean, we talk every day. We've had many a conversation about this. And here's the thing. You should all know, and if you've listened to us at all for any length of time, that if you're trying to trade all sorts of setups and all sorts of patterns and following several different, services and tons of different currency pairs and so on, you're going to have problems, meaning that the chances of success for you are like super, super slim or non-existent. It's critical that you come up with a very specific trading plan and then you actually give it a chance to work. That's what all of our successful traders do. So that means taking many, many trades of the setup that you're looking for, right, on the pairs that you're following and doing it over and over. If you don't do this, how else could you possibly know if your edge is any good? More importantly, how else would you know if you are able to muster up the discipline to actually follow your plan? Now, that all sounds fine, nice in theory. Here's the problem. It's time. Right here. Time. That's the big problem for everybody. It takes a long time for you to find out if everything's working the way it should. You have 2 or 3 losing trades in a row and you say, these VIC trades don't work, or that divergence doesn't work, or whatever, right? So let's say that you're a day trader, just as an example, and you're only going to trade, just say you're going to trade a divergence pattern on just a few of the major pairs. Well, when we talk about this a lot, things go in cycles. Sometimes you'll get a lot of these setups in a week, a whole bunch of them. Other times you won't get any, maybe for a couple of weeks. But yet you have to have the discipline to wait until there's a valid setup. And that is what kills so many traders. They want to see results more quickly. This is how the new Coaches Corner Premium Pre-Market Analysis Service was born. And by the way, I should have explained that. PMA, for those that don't know, means Pre-Market Analysis. Okay, so we thought, and Darko came up with this, why not simply cover more currency pairs? And that way, if a person's looking for, we'll stay with divergence patterns, doesn't matter what it is, they're going to be getting a lot more setups. And that means a far, far faster learning experience because it goes a long ways towards taking care of the time issue down here. Honestly, just being honest here, most traders simply don't have the patience and the discipline to wait for very long. So before I go any further, I think so that's the nuts of the service. And what I thought I would do now is maybe get Darko on here and just have a kind of quick chat with you now, and he'll explain exactly what he's doing and how the service works. And I think he's even going to show an example, if I'm not mistaken. And just of a trade that we notified members to, just so you can see how it works and how timely the information is, because I mean, everything is shown like way in advance. So that's the beauty of it. You don't have to find out after the fact 2 days later that there was a beautiful trade back there. That anybody can tell you that. So Darko, are you on now?
Yeah, sure. Is the sound okay?
You sound just fantastic. I'll just leave it at that. I'm going to give you this. I'm going to give you the screen. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Perfect. So hi everyone. Nice to see so many people in here. Let's see here. Show my screen. Do you see my screen okay, Rick?
Yes, perfect.
Perfect. So I will just in very short way just explain to you what I'm doing on regular basis, a daily basis in Coach's Corner. So basically what I'm doing each and every day is I'm analyzing 4 pairs, the majors for our regular members, and on those 4 pairs I'm doing a top-down analysis, how I read price action, like I'm having the same approach every day, and by watching those PMAs you will have a feeling for how I am looking at the market, the way I'm doing, and that way of approaching the market is applicable on every trading style and every trading pair. So beside that, I also do analysis on 20 pairs. So that's like a total of 24 pairs. And on those 20 additional pairs, those are for the premium members. So you have to have access to that. And we have been doing this on trial for the entire month since 1st of June, just to give people an idea about what this service will be about. So basically what I'm doing on those 20 pairs, I'm not showing the actual analysis. I'm doing the hard work for you. So what I'm doing is when I see a valid setup, any setup that we are trading in Coach's Corner, I will be recording that specific step. So maybe sometimes we have like everything from like no pending orders to maybe 8 pending orders in one day, or maybe 7 of them. So what that means is like the worst thing you could do is to try to trade everything, because that won't make it. What we want you to do is like, let's just say, for example, that you want to be specialized on head and shoulders, which is why by far one of my favorite pattern after VIX trades. So basically what that means is that, let's just say, for example, now in June, July, and August, when the summertime, maybe I don't find that many head and shoulders for you in our regular pairs, but by joining the premium service, you could have access to so many head and shoulders that you can like barely imagine. So that means you will become an expert on your trading setup that's your favorite setup, and you will see that my approach is identical each and every time. And by hearing my voice and my way of approach, doing those videos for you several times each day, every day, 5 days a week, that will like speed up your process. That means I have been doing some statistics. By being a member of that premium service for 4 months, that will equal 1 year in Coach's Corner. Just like imagine being there like for 8 months. That's like 2 years of hard work that you could be speeding up the process. And what I will be doing, showing you right now, is on our website, is like when you go to that trial service that we have been offering the members so far for free for the entire month, and you see that you have like tons of pre-market analysis each and every day, and we are naming those patterns, so you know like exactly what that is. Like pound Aussie, Gartley, CAD yen, head and shoulder, and so on and so on. So that means once you see your favorite setup, then you just click on that link and watch the video to make sure that you get as many examples as possible. And yes, we will be finding a very nice way for you to be watching your favorite setup from now on. So there will be name on those PMAs where you could be seeing your, like if it's a VIC trade or head and shoulder or any other patterns that we are trading. And not even that, we also have a Twitter account that you like. It's a must if you are a Coach's Corner member, because I'm like sharing my thoughts, or just heads you up like, you know what, I am, did anyone take that fill on Euro Aussie short? I'm just like make you like feel accountable for your trading, and like telling you that the scalping PMA is posted, the swing trading PMA is posted, the updates on Wednesdays, like just scanning through my 24 pairs for New York session. So you have like, you are like behind my shoulder and watching me. I'm just telling you, you know what, I'm scanning through my pairs, my 24 pairs, and stay tuned. I will like share with you my trades. And then yeah, like EuroCAD hit second target, I will actually show you that trade, a top-down analysis on that as well, and so on and so on. So this is like a great way for you to have like live connect with me. And if there's like someone like told me today that the pre-market analysis is not showing on the website, and I like within like 5 seconds I answer that person, and I fix that problem right away. So, and I like just like a great community just to be able to follow my PMAs when they are posted. In that way you get alerted when they are posted. So I think that's a good way for me, for us to connect with our traders, with our clients. So basically, I will now show you one of our trades that we took the other day in here, and I will try to show you like how we approach the market in that specific trade. So let me just grab my pen for you before I do that analysis. Just give me 1 sec. So basically, this is a weekly chart, okay? And in this case, price is hitting a very a specific level of resistance, the way we identify resistance, okay? And we hit that level perfectly. And then we go down to our daily chart, and we see that, let me just grab my pen for you 1 sec. And we see that price is hitting that level, and look at this pin bar reversal, okay? And then once price is at that level, we go down to our entry time frame, which is the hourly chart, and we look for something. I usually say that something that I see within microseconds, and you have to have in mind, I've been doing this for over 12 years. So in this case, we had actually 2 trading setups that we are trading on regular basis in Coach's Corner. One of them is VIC trade, and the other one was trend reversal trade, and both of their entries were basically at the same level. The trend reversal entry was around this level, and the VIC trade was from the neckline. So basically it's like the same line, okay? This was heads up to the members way in advance. And here's the thing, you can go back and watch the entire month's recording. Everything is recorded. There is no way we could like fake this or make this hindsight trading or anything. Everyone who knows me, they know that I hate like be a hindsight coach. Everything I do it live for the members way before price gets there. I'm showing you losing trades, winning trades, and break-even trades. So in this case, this was the entry with a high stop loss. And then price went down, hit our first target, and then price comes down again and hit the second target. Look at this fantastic level. And here's the thing. This was the first target, okay, first target, and this was the second target. And you know what? Everything from here and downward is hindsight, because you don't know this when price isn't here. And there's no way I could like tell you that you have to shorten here, and we covered our winners or the short in here, that's like hindsight. We have specific 100% objective rules how to trade those setup. The entry was in here. This was the first target, and this was the second target, and the rest is history. This is hindsight. Okay, that means we risk around, if I'm not mistaken, like 40 pips or something. Let's see here, from here to here, yeah, 40 pips. And the first target was out at 60, yeah, 60 pips, and the second one was 95 pips. Okay, and you see the amount of pips in here. And as you all remember from the Twitter, like I just said, like EuroCAD hit second target for plus 95 pips. That's like posted in real time, like no hindsight involved. So basically, the purpose with the premium service is not like following more pairs and confusing yourself. That's like the worst thing you could do to your own trading. The only purpose is like pick one pair, pick one setup that you want to be specialized on. In this case, maybe everything that we trade. It could be like head and shoulder, Gartley, bat, cipher, Vic trace, trend reversal, anything in between that we are trading. Pick one of these, and then you have a fantastic opportunity to like speed up your education and watching those set up basically every day or every time they set up. And there's like barely any day we don't have any trades. So that's basically it. I don't want make this like too long for you. Just like give you a brief short introduction to what I'm doing, and I'm sure that Vic will show you the results so far and talk more in great detail about what the service is all about. So thank you so much for listening, and over to Vic.
Yeah, I'll show you the spread. Here's the spreadsheet, and you can see these ones in blue here are swing trades. So 1, 2, 3, I don't know, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're actually in run right now, which looks like it's going to be a losing trade on this head and shoulders British pound. That, listen, when you look at this and whether they're profitable or not, I want to explain what we mean by this. So I show you the pair, the buy, the sell, the price where the entry was, how much stop was in it. It could be 15. It could be a lot bigger. So, but you want to have a commensurately big reward, and it might not be in your plan to take trades that are beyond a certain pip risk if you're day trading or whatever. I don't know. That's another story here. But the thing is, another thing too, I just want to mention, we don't provide position trading PMAs anymore, pre-market analysis videos anymore, because hardly anybody trades them, and it frees up more time for Darko, because these are very time consuming, by the way, to put these together, believe it or not, because you have to analyze all the charts and see what's going on. But if you have a job or other commitment, you're still going to get the swing trades, which are just perfect. I mean, there's been some beauties this month. How you manage these trades is going to be a big factor in what your profitability is. We don't care so much about accuracy, because that's, more important than that is how much your reward risk is, and that's going to vary. But sometimes you're risking 40 pips on something, and you're only getting out of it with a 20 pip profit or 30 pips. Why would we do that? The reason is because we always pay attention to opposing levels of support and resistance. We just don't allow losses when those hit. Okay, so everybody's going to do this a bit differently, but that's what we do. And so that's, because capital preservation is everything. So we actually, Darko said pretty well every day we've had a trade. Actually, we've had trades every single day on something, okay? Now, I want to be very clear, and Darko said this too. This does not mean, and in fact, don't do this. Don't try to be trading every single day. We always recommend trading just one or two patterns at most that you recognize easily is going to be your ticket to doing this. With the premium PMA service, you can then apply that pattern to whatever currency pair that has the pattern setting up. Like if you're trading VIC trades, there's one, here and here, and a couple more in here. So look at all these VIC trades. Now, if you were just trading one pair, you're not going to get all these. I don't know how many there is, there 8 or 10, something like that. Okay, so that's the beauty of it, is that you get so many more opportunities. You're not you're not changing any, you're not doing additional patterns, you're just getting more setups. Something else that's important to mention when you see these results, and I alluded to this a second ago, you will never get the same results. You're not going to get the exact amount of pips as anybody else. Okay, and this is why I can't tell you. Somebody might say, well, you know, how many pips did it make? Look, I'll give you an example. We had a VIX trade set up on, I want to say it was a Swiss yen. It was a beauty. Maybe I even have it in here, right here. That trade had an 18 pip risk in it. It went over 100 pips of profit. I got an email. I got several emails of people that took that trade. Some people made 18 pips on it. That's it. Other people made 100 pips. So what do I put down here? I don't put anything down. I just put how many pips there were at the first logical level of support, which we always talk about for taking. Actually, we're going to go through trade management on Monday in the Coach's Corner because there's been some questions about it, which is really important topic. So anyway, you know, so we either take profit at opposing support resistance, or when you get your risk out of your trade, or when you move your you're going to move your stop to break even because of trade management. Okay, which maybe when you're profitable by an amount equal to your initial pip risk, you're either going to move to break even and or take some profit, but you're not. We don't allow a loss when that happens. Anyway, I think it's fair to say that this is a pretty impressive record. Okay, and yes, I understand the variances due to trade management techniques, but we'd be really happy with 60 to 70% accurate. Right now, I don't know what it is. It's like it's way up there, like close to 90%, but we don't expect it to be like that all the time. And again, I want to be quick to say that it doesn't mean it's always going to be this way. It certainly doesn't have to be in order to have a really good overall profitability. Just getting heads up on these trades is like super good. Let me see here. This is Darko already. That pretty well sums up everything. And now, just to go back to that for 1 second, pardon me, to this spreadsheet here. You decide on a pattern to trade, right? And rather than waiting for a long time for that pattern to show up on just a couple of pairs that you're watching, we will do the watching for you. Well, specifically, Darko will be watching for the various patterns, and he'll notify you on Twitter. Okay, there's our Twitter account, FX Coaches Corner, at FX Coaches Corner. You can follow us on Twitter, and right there. I'm gonna just show you one person that sent an email then, because it's just time consuming. And listen, if you're in the Coaches Corner, you know how many comments we get and how many, and on the Twitter as well. They get really nice feedback. But this guy just started, actually, Blake, and he said, I must tell you in Darko that since 2008, I had no idea what I was doing in Forex, but knew that there must be a way to trade successfully. I had tried many services and read many books. So far, in 3 weeks, I'm positive in pips, which has never happened in 8 years. You believe that? I have a long way to go, but you guys are doing it right, and I thank you. I'm learning to recognize the patterns in a very logical and down-to-earth manner. The biggest awakening for me was the time frame references with support and resistance levels. We use like multiple time frames and so on, but I still need to read and understand the patterns. But for now, I'm trusting Darko. That tip last week on zigzag was a good one. By the way, we don't use indicators. Some people, when they're starting, have a hard time seeing swings, and there's an indicator called zigzag that shows them up really nicely. I don't use them, but if you're having trouble, it's a good one to highlight swings, and then you can take it off your charts. But we don't have indicators on, except for MACD. That's the only one that we have for fixed rates. Now it has become much more clear, and I'm learning to read my charts more carefully, pay attention to details, breathe, set advanced orders, and be patient. Not just jump into trades like before. Yes, James is saying, what about red flag news? Do we get notified about that? It's actually your responsibility. Darko shows all the red flag news releases coming up during the session, and he'll probably notify you on Twitter, James, but that's not our responsibility. Just so we don't, the traders have to take, some responsibility on these things, and we will do a whole bunch of the heavy lifting for you. Okay. What else here? So just as a few final comments, so this isn't a call service. Okay, it's a trade setup notification of a pattern that's taught in the Coach's Corner. but believe me, they are really well thought out. They're based on proper reading of price action. Darko illustrates all of that in the PMA videos. So the thing is, you guys remember the Coach's Corner used to be twice a week? You get one every day now. You get constant lessons on reading price action like a pro. But at the end of it all, you must make the decision on whether or not to take the trade based on your own game plan, trading plan, whatever, right? So the deal is, like at some point, you need to get committed to becoming a consistently profitable trader. And the question is always, when's that point going to come? Well, is it just going to remain a hobby, or will you finally say, like, enough is enough? I'm going to take that leap of faith. And if I truly stay with a trading plan that works for me, then the odds of me winning are greatly in my favor. And I'm willing to commit to this plan, period. Okay. Because if not now, when? One day, right? But we all know what one day means. It probably means it's not going to happen. But it's got to be sort of a shift from thinking that it would be nice to make more money by trading in Forex to, saying I'm going to. You have to have that level of hunger that makes it, just a certain level. I mean, you don't have to be crazy about it. Like, Darko is amazing, but it makes it, you got to make it a necessity that you become profitable. What we can do for you, is help you create that pathway very, very quickly. Certainly way more quickly than by trial and error on your own. And there's, in my opinion, no better way to start than by following the PMA videos. They're really, really helpful, especially all the extra videos and setups that the premium PMA service is going to be providing, okay? I want to show you our beautiful new sales page. Thank you very much to Vic Young, who does all of our background stuff. This is the, I love it. We have Darko's nice Lamborghini in the background. He wishes. No, that's, I'm going to just send you guys this link right here. Right there, just so you have it. If you can go visit that, because I'll talk about it more in just a minute. And you can go through it here, and then underneath here, just have a read all this, and you'll sort of kind of figure out what we're getting at here. And if you go to, there's some sample analysis videos. So if you go to these, you click there, you can see a couple of trade setups, exactly how they were called in real time ahead of them getting filled. And then you'll hear me come on and show you, right? So it's pretty useful, I think. What else here? Okay, we're back to my PowerPoint here. Good, so that's that. Now, here's the Coach's Corner deal. I said we're going to keep this short. I'm not going to belabor anything here. You guys have got the gist of what everything is. This is what it's like right now. It's $149 to join it. And you remember we raised the price, the monthly rate, to $119 a month in June. And then you get PMA videos every day. Like Darko always covers 4 pairs: the Aussie US, the Euro US, the British Pound US, and the US Yen every day. Okay, so nothing's going to change there. The past CC members rejoin rate is $119 a month. Like, you don't have to pay $149 again. If you quit and rejoin, it's $119. But drum roll, the prices are in US. Everything's in US funds. It's just one standard currency. Anyway. Joining the Coach's Corner. What we do is we're waiving if it's your first time. You don't have to pay the $149. If you're a past member rejoining, we're also waiving the $119, and you can join. This is the old rate, the $97 rate. So you can join that at that old rate up until next Sunday, the July the 1st, at the end of the day. And after that, the rejoin rate goes back up to 119, as it always has been, or it has been changed to. Okay. The PMA premium service is an additional service to the PMAs. And I just explained all the really great benefits from being notified of your chosen setup, but on way more currency pairs. So, I mean, obviously I can tell you that going through, 20 additional pairs takes up a lot more time, but the cost is still pretty darn low. You can, on that link that I sent you, you can get to it there. And I see the questions here, and I'll be back in just a few minutes. And here's the thing. If you go to, let's go to here. If you go into the Coach's Corner members area right now, here it is. We just got this in today. Vic just put this up, Vic Young. So join the premium now. You click that and you can do it. And it's like I say, it's $49 a month. And when you look at the spreadsheet, you can see just how effective the service has been. Okay. Having the opportunity to trade these patterns on way more pairs is how you can greatly fast track the learning process. Like if all you did, Darker was talking about head and shoulders, whatever it is, head and shoulders patterns, I think there was like a dozen of them this month. There was like 8 Vic trades or something. That's a lot more than if you're just following the regular 4 pairs. Having said that, there's nothing wrong with just following the regular 4 pairs either. They're still good. So you just log into the CC site and there's a link right here. Even if, like, let me just elaborate on that. Even if you don't go for the Coach's Corner or for the premium service, PMAs, the value in the CC right now and the education in the 4 regular PMA videos is off the map. We get such nice feedback and comments all the time. You guys in the Coach's Corner know, you see them, or you give them, and we really appreciate that. Not only that, but you can join at the old retro rate, $97. And your grandfather, by the way, if we ever raise the price of anything, if you're a member already at an older rate, you keep that rate, okay? But I'll say this as well. I just showed you here where you can log into the Coach's Corner site and then where that link is. But this right here is by far the best value. It's the 6-month rate. We just had a couple of people asking about that now, because that works out to $83 a month. So even at that $119 a month, I mean, this is way better. And I gotta tell you something. One thing that we do not do ever is mislead people, give them huge big numbers, all this kind of, or give them the any false expectations. Learning to trade takes more than a month. And if you've been unsuccessful for a long time, like years, you saw that testimonial, that guy was 8 years, then you definitely know what I'm talking about. It takes more than a month. I know we wish we could do it by next week. I always like to see people give themselves a fair chance. It simply takes time at the controls. It's not just about knowing where to buy or where to sell. Trading is mostly, if not all, psychological. So you need to be at this for a while before you actually get going. If I'm disappointing anybody, I'd rather do that than have you come in with false expectations, because we've got some really good, successful traders, and you know they didn't do it in one month. I can tell you that. But you know what? I know people's circumstances can be different and all that. So whatever works for you, but the rewards can certainly be worth it. That's for sure. And we expect that this new Coach's Corner Premium PMA service is going to be super helpful. We really do. Let me see what I got here for questions here. I talked about the red flag news. So that's done. I don't use Twitter. How else do you communicate your potential trades? George, the other way to do it is just to log into the Coach's Corner. Like Darko does these PMAs right here. He does them before the London Open every day. And he'll also do a New York one generally, not always. It depends if nothing's changed. There's no point in doing a recording if there's nothing to talk about. Okay. So, yeah, that's, so that's what that's the way when he does those. So you could log in and just see. The only thing is that you won't know if there's been an update. But yeah, you know, I got to tell you, George, if Twitter's super easy to set up, and I had a few people do that already that said, oh, wow, I didn't know it was that easy. So you might want to give it a try or get someone to do it for you, and then you'll be set up if you need some help with it. Okay. So that's that. What else have I got here? Are there other pairs besides the Aussie CAD that show cipher that show cipher patterns? You can get a cipher pattern on, hey Gary, how are you doing? You can get a cipher pattern on anything. It could be on any pair. Okay, hey Carlos, how you doing? We do not have a yearly subscription at this point. We want to run this for a little bit first. I mean, just see how everybody is with it, see how Darko is with it as much as anything. He's very committed to it though. I mean, he's like an animal with this stuff. So, but we don't right now, Carlos, but yeah, definitely something to think about. Gunther, oh, you got that, send Kat an email. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Brent's saying, are you still offering or suggesting Dave Deming's Driving Your Way to Success? Dave Deming actually did a guest presentation last Coach's Corner session. He's such, Dave, you got to just listen to him once in a while. He's just so strong psychologically, and what his routine and his habits are like, you want to copy what he does. He's really good. So I think that, you know, I think that it would be really good to go and listen to his, if you go to the Coach's Corner here, you can go to the past session archives, and right here, the video recordings, and you can listen to anything that we've done in the past. Okay. Yeah, no, Leo's asking about, we have something called the Advanced Noble Entry. Absolutely, has it been abandoned? No. I mean, you can still certainly use the Advanced Noble Entry. A lot of people do that. Rather than take a trade at a certain level, they want confirmation. That's a good pattern to use. We have it here. We have it right here, Advanced Noble Entry. You can certainly go into the site. These are the patterns. We're going to categorize these better so it's not so congested, by the way. Gary, hey Gary, how you doing? Let's see here. Membership inclusive of the, yeah. So I hear you, Johan. The membership is membership of the Coach's Corner inclusive of the Premier service. No, it's a separate service, right? Recommend a broker, please, like IC Markets, but Google search always makes brokers out like as scammers. I know. You know, we never recommend brokers. I can tell you what we do. I know Darko uses FXCM in the UK. I use FXCM here in Canada. They're not available in the US. But that's about all I can tell you. We have members. Like the other thing is, Johan, you can ask other. Whereabouts are you? What country? Because we have members in here in South Africa. So you know what? We have Charles, one of our members. He does really well. He does some great trades, and he might be a good guy to ask in the Coach's Corner. So we can certainly do that. Okay, if you can just remind me to do that, I'll be happy to do that, and I'm sure he'll give you a good recommendation. Yeah, I'll get that to you. Actually, send me an email, okay, Johan? That would be best, and I won't have to forget it. Yeah, we don't have a, could we just join the Coach's Corner Premium? No, not at this point. C, I don't know what your name is, but CT, but that might be coming, though, because the thing is, I don't know if you can imagine this, but if people don't understand how we trade and how we analyze things and all that, I get enough emails, and I mean, I know how it works. I've been doing this for 13 years now, and I'll get flooded with emails. Hey, what about this? Darko said that, but that doesn't make sense. And well, if you're in the Coach's Corner, it'll make sense. But you know, so I don't mean to put you off there. See, that's just the way that we've done it at this point. But we're actually trying to think of a way that we could come up with a way to have some kind of education that would allow people to join without being a Coach's Corner member. Anybody else? Questions? Everybody happy? Is that enough? Yeah, you're most welcome. Thanks for the question. No. Well, listen, you know, like when the session is over. So for $4.99, we get everything in the CC. No, the premium service is a separate service. $4.99 is you get the regular PMAs, the 4 PMAs. The four currency pairs PMAs. That's what this one is, right here, right? And then, yeah, because, you know, you may not want to stay in the premium service for whatever reason for a certain amount of time, whatever. But we haven't, because, and again, you know, we haven't combined the price together into one, you know, here's one big package for including everything. We just want to run this for, like, you know, 3 or 4 months and then assess it after that. Make sure that people are really getting some value out of it. That's the main thing. at $49. The cost of the premium service is $49. Okay. Let me see here. Yeah, if you join, click on join premium now, right there. Do you see that? I guess, yeah, that's on my screen too. Yeah, there you go. $49 per month, cancelable anytime. Any other questions? Are we okay here? I think that's all that I'm seeing on here. So, well, listen. I thank you all so much for attending. I'm glad that we could keep it short and to the point and all that. You're most welcome, Brent. Yeah, super good, Renzo. Good to see you here as well. And if you have questions afterwards, like just shoot me an email along, or if you have any technical questions, like say you join and you don't have a password or something, send them directly to info@forexmentor.com, because that's what I have to do. I don't have password. I don't have access to people's passwords or anything like that. Kat looks after all that in the back office, and so you'll get your answer way quicker. Anything technical like that, just send it to info@forexmentor.com. But if it's trading stuff and all that, then yeah, just send them along to me. Yeah, hey, thanks, Daryl. Yeah, so good to see you. It's been a long time, and that's awesome. Yeah, thank you, Dennis. Appreciate that. I know you guys can't see I'll just read them here. Daryl says, thanks, Vic. Good to see you are still being innovative. And Dennis says, thanks, Vic. Very impressive as usual. Yeah. Renzo says, always great to hear you guys. And yeah, so I appreciate that. Yeah, and Johan, you guys are special. Thanks, Johan. That's you. It's the Coaches Corner members that really make it. I mean, we're just the conduits, kind of. But fortunately, we found some stuff that works really well. But what time frame is the analysis based? So Sylvia, we have different. If you're a day trader, then we show you day trading. And hey, you're welcome, Gary. We have a day trading, so we do a top-down based on that. So we'll do a weekly, daily, and then a 1 hour. And the 1 hour is what we use for actually getting in, but it'll be based on those higher time frames. If you're a scalper, then it'll be on weekly, 4 hour, and a daily, probably a 15-minute chart. Okay, so Darko does a scalping PMA as well. And his scalps are probably not what you might think. People that scalp have this perception that you're just clicking in and out all day long. It is a very, very carefully well thought out, so you have a really good chance of making pips. If you're a swing trader, now we're looking at monthly, weekly, and 4 hour charts, and we're entering everything's based on the 4 hour chart. Okay, so those are the different time frames, Sylvia. I hope that answers your question. I'll just wait a bit in case somebody's typing right now. Does Darko post from Sweden and in Sweden time before the London Open? Yes, it's before the London Open, and he does it. He lives in Sweden, and so he posts. But it's posted before the London Open. You're welcome, Sylvia. So position traders, because we have so few of them, Christian, he's saying, what of position traders? We have very, very few people who are position trading, and what we're doing is scale. You can do it any time frame you want. Okay, so just a minute, somebody's asking for the Twitter link here. Right there. Yeah, you can. So if you're position trading, it's the exact same stuff, but on a higher time. Now you'll be trading off of a daily chart, Christian. So rather than on an hourly chart or something, there's no difference at all. It's zero. Yeah, that answers that. Why does Darko use a UK broker? I don't know. Why do you use a UK broker, Darko?
Yes, actually, because I like the charting package for the FXCM. I have been using this since I started trading, and they don't offer FXCM in Sweden. So the only way for me to join those is to join the FXCM UK. So that's basically it. I don't like to change charting package so often. I've been using the same for many years, and that's the only reason why I'm using the UK FX broker.
Yep. Yeah. And if you're in Canada, like I use FXCM in Canada, one of the big advantages that we have in Canada is that FXCM and all the other big brokerages are what's called CIPF protected. That means Canadian Investor Protection Fund. If the company goes bankrupt and you've got all your money sitting there, that you're insured up to $1 million per account by the Canadian Investor Protection Fund. and I've actually had to use it a couple of times because MF Global went bankrupt, and Refco, when I was with Refco, I used to be a futures broker, and they went bankrupt. And my funds were sitting there, but in fact, I didn't even have to stop trading. It was amazing. You just keep trading and your money was safe and everything. Okay. Leo, oh, you got that, Leo. Good. Yeah. Your subscription runs from the day that you join. It's 1 month from the day you join. It's not a calendar month. You're most welcome, Leo. I think anything else, sir? Can you trade FX pairs and FXCM RSP in Canada? No, I don't believe you can. You can probably trade an ETF, a currency ETF, of course. But I wish, Brent. Yeah, it'd be nice. And Leaf says, thanks a lot, Vic and Darko. Learning a lot, especially about being consistent. Results are slowly starting to show. Oh, cool. That's great. Yeah. Peter, guys, see you in the premium room. Perfect. Awesome, Peter. Thanks. Yeah, I mean, I think it's one of those things that, if you're gonna kind of make that mental commitment to do it, I mean, it's a pretty easy way to find out. Yes, Johan, that's correct. I would just like to thank Darko for the presentation and for being such a super good Coach's Corner partner. He's really added so much value to the Coach's Corner, and just taken, Darko used to be a student, by the way, of mine, and he has taken, we learned from me and other stuff along the way, and he's just taken it to a very objective level that really resonated with him. And he's got a teaching style and approach that has really found a niche in there, and it's just fantastic. So I really appreciate that. You're most welcome, Andrew.
Yeah, thank you, Vic. I'm honored to be working with you. So
yeah,
we've been like following you since 2011, being a student for many years. So basically everything I learned from you. So I'm honored to be working with you. So
yeah,
my pleasure.
No, it's been just great. I missed the first part. Do we get? Yeah, you're going to get a recording. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Kat. You got that already. Yes, it's recorded. You'll all get a recording here. It'll just, it'll just be sent out automatically. I think I have it set for 2 hours to go out, but I might change that to 1 hour if I get. Kat sends me actually, I've already got the link. I could actually set it to 1 hour right now. It won't matter. If you try to click the link and there's nothing there, it's just because it hasn't been uploaded yet. I'll have it sent out actually within the next hour. Yeah. And and Leaf says, yes, I agree. Thanks a lot, Darko. Yeah, he's been a man on fire. Okay, well, listen, you guys, thank you again so much. I really appreciate it. And any further questions in that, please let me know. We're just here to help, and we'll do whatever we can to help you along with your success. And that's really the bottom line. So you can always bring questions, of course, anytime to the Coach's Corner live sessions on Monday, which are at 3 p.m. Eastern time. Super good. Hey, thanks, Conroy. Appreciate it. You just joined our service as well, so that's super good. Thanks, Christian. Really appreciate it. And we'll see you all soon, I hope. Okay, take care.